guys, welcome to my channel. I'm sitting inside my 98 Chevy Express van box truck that we're converting into our DIY mobile grooming van. So today I am going to be painting the interior of the cab of the van, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. I'm going to be using the Duplicolor Vinyl and Fabric spray. I got this at O'Reilly's. I know for sure AutoZone has it as well. I'm not sure about anywhere else. I'm sure you can order it online. And I will also be using the plastic adhesion promoter before I use the vinyl and fabric spray. I've already painted a few pieces of my trim. When it was in the shop, I did a couple pieces just to see how it would work, and it makes the trim look brand new. So I'm going to be doing the rest of that today. First I'm going to have to degrease everything. I got to get a scrub brush in there and get some of the crud out of the crevices, and then I'm going to tape up what I don't want overspray on because I'm not taking the pieces out this time. Probably not the right way to do it, and I know that somebody's going to say that to me. To me, it's probably going to be just as much work to just put tape over the places I don't want it versus taking all the pieces out, painting them, and putting them back in. The dashboard is kind of cracked, and I don't want anything else to crack on it. I mean, it's 24 years old, so I don't want to be moving around pieces because they're so compromised from being so old and the sun hitting them, and it's not easy to find parts for this van, so I got to use what I have. And you will see the difference between you know, the before and after is amazing. It works really great. If you have an older vehicle that needs a little bit of touch up, I definitely recommend this paint. Let's get started. So before I start cleaning, I am going to take my driver and passenger seat out of the cab. There are 4 bolts with nuts on them on each corner of the seat mount that I took out. They were very easy to get to. Then all you have to do is lift the seat off of the 4 bolts that are in the floor and move it out of the way. So the benefit of this is you will have a lot of extra space to move around while you're in the cab. The second benefit would be you're able to clean under there, and then you won't have to worry about getting overspray on your seats. My seats aren't in particularly good shape, but I still didn't want to get overspray on them, so that's why I took them out. So both seats are out of the cab, and I'm just showing you here, this is what we're going to be painting. So the rest of the dash, both of the doors, and you can see some of the black pieces on the dash and in the center console are where I have already painted them previously. So that's what the rest of the vinyl on the interior is going to look like whenever I'm done. So this is the next step. It's going to be cleaning and degreasing, and obviously this is very important because this is going to take off any dirt or any grease that was built up over the years. You want to make sure that everything is cleaned up really well to make sure that your paint sticks. So first I'm using my Simple Green heavy duty degreaser and spraying it all over the vinyl. I will take a scrub brush after letting that sit for just a minute or two and scrub all of that in. After I have it scrubbed really good, I am taking a bucket of hot water, Dawn, and a little bit of vinegar just to help with the smell in the van. And I'm going to use my scrub brush and rinse it off and scrub it and rinse it at the same time to make sure that I'm kind of still cleaning it even though I already degreased it. So once you have it cleaned up really good, you want to make sure before you paint, obviously, that it is completely dried. So I took some paper towels and I am hand drying what I can. I want to make sure that I dry in the crevices and any creases that are in the door, because I want to make sure that if there's any grime in there that I missed, that I'm wiping that out, on top of course, making sure that the door is dry. It was a really hot day when I did this, so that really helped with air drying everything. Somebody literally shoved earplugs in this vent. So after picking the 4 used earplugs out of the vents, I took my soapy water with the vinegar in it and started scrubbing all of the creases and crevices in the dash. This is what came off of the dash, so it really needed scrubbed. It was pretty disgusting. Next, I am taping the windows with some old wrapping paper that I had. You can also use butcher paper or cardboard, whatever you have that, you know, you don't have to go out and buy. Obviously, it's just going to get painted on, so why go out and waste money on something like that? So I'm just using some old yellowed wrapping paper that I had for Christmas and some painter's tape and covering up my window. And I'm going to do this the same thing with the windshield and the passenger door. After the windows are taped up and the switches that I don't want paint on are taped up, it's time to start painting. And I'm going to start with a plastic adhesion promoter. So we're going to do 2 to 3 light coats, 3 minutes between each coat. And then you apply the top coat within 10 minutes of the last coat of this that you do. So like any other spray paint, make sure you shake it really well before you start using it. I do have my window rolled down here. I didn't tape over it. And we are going to be doing just one piece at a time because you have to do your Duplicolor paint within 10 minutes of your last coat of the adhesion promoter. So I'm going to start with the door, and then I'm going to do the dash, and then I'm going to work over to my driver's side door. Duplicolor paint is really easy to use. It dries fast between coats, and you can start recoating it whenever the first coat that you're putting on is dry. And I mean, it takes like maybe 15 to 30 seconds, not very long at all. On the back it says to do 2 to 3 light coats. I believe I did 3. I might have done 4, but just make sure that you coat it evenly, and if there's any spots that you may have missed, you can go back. The great thing about this paint is that it can actually be touched up anytime. You just spray it right on there. Obviously make sure that your surface is clean. Unless you're spraying a whole lot of this in one place, you're really not going to have any problems with this running on you. So when it comes to painting my dash, I just went in for it. I started from one end, went to the other, did my 3 or 4 light coats. Everything that I didn't want paint on was already taped over. Now, this Duplicolor paint can be used on cloth, and I have watched YouTube videos of people painting the seats and other materials. So I decided to paint my seat belts because they were stained and yucky, and they did come out really good. I mean, they look really nice. I don't recommend using this on any fabric that you want to keep soft because it is going to be, you're going to be putting paint on top of your cloth. This is the finished dried product. You can definitely tell the difference from the color it was before. It was blue, and now it has shine to it. It has dimension. It just looks so much cleaner and nicer. I did try filling cracks on my dash. I really wish I would have just left them alone, but I tried filling them with some JB Weld. They kind of look like crap. I'm not going back, but later I can just sand them down and then make sure it's clean, and then I can go in with my paint again and paint over it. So I can make it look a little bit better, but I have other projects that I'm concerned about. Now everything in here matches, and it just looks great. It has such a good feel to it. Just, I love it. And my seat belts that were kind of gray and stained with God knows what look 100% better, and I'm just really impressed with this paint and the drying time and how easily it is to apply. Alright, that's it for today. I'm gonna go take a break. Tomorrow I'm gonna scrub the floor really good, probably do some tire shine on it to shine it up, try to make it look brand new, put the seats back in, and we'll move on to our next project. So if you liked this video, if you thought it was helpful, make sure you subscribe, follow, like, all that good stuff. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and here on YouTube. I will be posting a lot more videos about what we're going to be doing to this van to get it ready for grooming use, and just general DIY projects for sprucing this old thing up a little bit. So thanks for watching.